What's going on, everyone? I have been waiting to play this list to mess with opponents' hands and give them an absolute hard time, and that is Palpatine Yellow. So we've got a good one upcoming here. Huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon, guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It makes more videos like this possible. But let's talk about Palpatine Yellow. What is going on? Well, if you guys have ever played Palpatine Yellow in the past, as it's been around for quite some time at this point, it's very similar to what we've been doing. Cards like Legacy Run just kind of give you a ton of value. When you deploy, you can defeat it to do this massive, kind of delete every one of your opponent's units and draw a card type of effect. Change of Hearts gives you massive value in the late game to go ahead and yoink a unit, kill something, then, defeat that unit from Palpatine. We've got Palpatine deployed to steal a unit. Some other value pieces and ramp pieces like Super Laser Technician, Resupply. Late game and like Darth Vader, Reinforcement Walker, Devastator. But really, the kind of key newer additions, not necessarily like completely new because we had these in the past, but newer additions to the list. Contracted Hunter, very, very solid in the early game, going to ambush out, kill something, defeat it, get some value that way. We've got ISB Agent alongside with a lot of our events, but a lot of our events are here to kind of just stall out the game alongside Bazine and Grindin. So this combination is really nice. Bazine was always in the deck, but Grindin is a new addition. This really allows us to kind of peek at opponent's hand in the early game and then, into the mid to late game, kind of name some specific cards, or if you do have access to their hand, name cards in their hand to kind of prevent us from losing. And with McClunky or, Darth Vader being able to either return things to hand or, pull it from the top 10 cards of our deck, well, you can really do some obnoxious things. So let's dive into some games today and see how many we can win. Alrighty, into the next game, and honestly, I'm gonna keep this hand. I think that should I get rid of one of these Devastators? I honestly don't know if I care about them. I care about the Contracted Hunter. If they have like Dr. Pershing, I'm gonna be a little bit sad. They claimed initiative. Okay, so they got Bazine, they got resupply. All right, well, I'll take a resupply. A little bit unfortunate they happen to have both, but that's okay. Oh man, these are some good cards. I don't want to resource any of these. Yeah. I guess I'll resource the Devastator. So takedown doesn't matter at all. Wow, they're gonna go Death Trooper. I am very surprised that they did that. Because I will name resupply again. Yep. Wow, they drew a Super Laser Technician as well? That's crazy. All right. Corindon part a million. So they're going to obviously keep power. So I think what we'll do here is go Super Laser Technician. See if they decide to pass. They claimed initiative. All right. I think I'll just defeat this to draw a card. And then we'll have the Grindin again. There's double Change of Heart. Change of Heart's going to be pretty relevant in this game. I expect it to go long. I don't expect them to take down, but I expect them to keep power of the dark side. I think what I'll go ahead and do I'll just hit their base for one here. Like I said, I expect them to keep power. I know that they just played Super Laser Technician. They take down that? Wow. Yeah, they kept power of the dark side, so we get to yoink that one. Wow, I can't believe they take down the the Grindin. I mean, that is a play. That is a play. We got Contracted Hunter, Chancellor, Palpatine. Honestly, I think I just drop in a Vader. See what we can grab. Okay, so we got a Bazine and an ISB agent. So let's see. Steadfast Battalion, Vanquish. We'll take a Vanquish. I know they have ECL, but I don't really care about that too much. We'll go ahead and hit the Director Krennic for one more, and then we'll finish off Director Krennic with Vader. Okay, so no ECL from the Steadfast. All right. You know, I don't know what the game plan here is for them, to be honest, but you know what I will do is I will just hit their base for 5. Okay, they're going to hit my base for 5. Let's go ahead and hit their base for 1. Power of the Dark Side. Wow, that is a pretty rough one for them, huh? So I can go Legacy Run, defeat it, 4-1. Honestly, I think what I'll do is I'll play Contracted Hunter P38. You know, honestly, I don't even know. You know, let's go ahead and ambush. And then let's go ahead and deal 1 damage to the Steadfast Battalion. We'll play P38. Deal another damage. Pass. I know technically I can flip Palpatine, but I'm just worried about Super Laser Blast because I feel like that's the only way we actually lose this game is with the Super Laser Blast. Like, with what they're doing here, now we just flip Palpatine, take their Steadfast Battalion, and we're chilling. We're, like, super chilling. Because we have a million cards in hand, and now they have to draw, like, multiple things to deal with us. So now it's pretty straightforward. We just flip Palpatine, take the Steadfast Battalion. We can defeat something. We can play Darth Vader of our own. Doesn't really matter. So we'll play Palpatine using plot, and then we'll take control of the Steadfast Battalion. That's just going to give us more value, right? I know we could play Reinforcement Walker, but there's not a reason to. Not a reason to. We can play the Legacy Run, defeat it as we attack if we wanted to, but I don't even think that that's necessary. Let's go ahead and attack in for 1. See what they decide to do. They got 2 resources. They're going to claim initiative. Let's attack. You know, we do have Overwhelm. So I think what we'll do is we'll Overwhelm through the Vader. And then we'll attack base, defeat, you know, I suppose the Bazine to kill off the Death Trooper. And then we don't have to play anything else, really. We can have a million cards in hand. And we can just chill. Sneak Attack is a great card for that purpose. This was like a complete domination. Like, it was not even close. It was kind of gross. The Grindin, Bazine, that's exactly the type of hand you want against my opponent. Not to mention, they also played takedown on our unit. They went with Death Trooper, which I was surprised because now our defeated unit hit them for 1, kills their unit. They didn't ramp, really. They had double resupply. I would have thought they went with resupply, but this looks like more of a traditional, like, set 1 version of Krennic. I mean, if you look at this is a set 1 card, set 1, set 1, set 1. Like, every single one of these cards is from set 1. So maybe they're doing something fun where it's like, I'm playing a set 1 deck or something. I don't know. could be. Alrighty, into the next game. We got Thrawn Yellow. This one, Grindin, McClunky. All right, well, they're done. They're like, yep, not playing that game. No worries. Move on to the next one. We got another Thrawn. This one's Thrawn Green. This one, Cobb Vanth, you know, Val potentially, Super Laser Technician. Pretty bad hand here. I don't mind a 3-drop plus hand, but it's got to have like a resupply Super Laser Technician. Otherwise, Bazine, Grindin, you know, totally fine. Heh, look at that. It's Bazine and Grindin. Yeah, I'm going to keep both of them. I'm going to go Bazine turn 1 here. Let's see what they've got. They've got Night Sister Warrior, Cobb Vanth. You know, honestly, I'll just take Cobb Vanth. I think that's a little bit scarier of a card. We'll claim here. And they're going to be able to draw quite a few cards here. Crucible, do I care about that? Emergency Powers, do I care about that? I think emergency powers is honestly not scary at all. Simply for the fact that I can go through and steal their unit. So I kind of want to go ISB Garindin, so let's go attack for 1 here. I go ISB, reveal the Change of Heart, hit the Night Sister Warrior for 1. Interesting. All right, well, now let's go ahead and name... I mean, I guess we'll name Crucible if they kept it. They did keep it. They've got Vader, Chimera. Whoa, that's an expensive hand, huh? It's a very expensive hand. All right, let's pass. Got Bazine and resupply. I think I'll just resource the Bazine because I can play it from the smuggle pile. They're conceding. Okay, I mean, I guess they're done because maybe they don't have a card to play. But I mean, they have Night Sister Warrior. That's 2 extra cards. They got Director Crank. Their game's actually not that bad at all. And I honestly don't think that they're like that far behind. I mean, yeah, they're going to be at ECL Darth Vader. I mean, I do think we have an advantage in this matchup. We do have the Change of Heart. We're going to be able to resupply. Like, we have a good spot as well, but I don't know. Maybe they just didn't draw a card they could play. But again, they got the Night Sister Warrior. So, I don't know. Very, very strange game. All right, we'll go ahead and keep this hand up against Anakin here. We'll get rid of a Devastator. And then I suppose... I don't know. This Garindin can be good, but I think I'll resource it in this game. I have the Aura Sing on turn 1, which, oh man, Gunji. Well, that's the one I didn't want to see, to be honest. Okay. I was like, okay, there's a lot of units here that we just attack, and then if they attack the Aura Sing, we're fine. Yep, there's a General's Blade. Let's go No Good to Me Dead here. Let's pass. Could have played the ISB agent. Man, I think I'm going to keep the Reinforcement Walker. Let's go ahead and go P38. Wow, lots of units here, huh? All right, let's go ahead and, I suppose, knock out the Gunji. Sneak attack could be relevant. I think I'll just resource that, though, because I have the resupply, which is what I want to play this turn. Okay. A little bit surprised they decided to do that. I mean, it just trades, I guess. I don't know if they really care, to be honest. I don't know if it really matters to them. Blue leader coming down. Kill my unit, sure. Legacy run's good, but so is Darth Vader. I mean, honestly, I think I'll just keep the Vader. Just Bazine. I think I'll just take the Bazine. I mean, I could take the Super Laser, but... Oh, wow. Yeah, Crate Dragon goes away. I mean, I know they could play Cham Syndulla, but Crate Dragon's like one of the only ways that we actually... if they catch us off guard, it could be bad for us, right? It's not one of those things where we just instantly lose, because we have the options like Change of Heart it and things like that, but it can definitely cause us a lot of trouble, and that's something that we want to kind of avoid if possible. So there's a Legacy run. I think I'll just resource this one. I'm going to go ahead and just play Reinforcement Walker. We'll just draw a bunch of cards. I mean, their hand isn't that impressive after we take it, because they had Outer Rim, Crate, Cham. They played the Cham, we got the Crates. They've drawn 3 cards since then. So they're trading off. They're going to play Mace Windu. Okay. Let's claim. We're kind of just waiting and holding out for each other to kind of deploy what we want to deploy. But fortunately for me, I could just go ahead and hit the Mace Windu here and just stall out an action here and just kind of chill. So there's Kelleran back. Definitely a good one. Definitely a good one for them. What I can do is go Garindin, defeat, steal the Kelleran. So I can go 1, 2, 5. I can technically play all of it, which I think I might do. What would I be scared of in their hand? Another Kelleran, home 1. I can name either one of those. If they had home one, would they have played it? Maybe. Crate would be scary. I don't know, but I think home one would be one. They got double Podameron. Well, I never would have guessed that, to be honest. So that's okay. Let's go with Aura Sing. We'll go ahead and defeat the Garindin to hit the Caloran. We'll go ahead and deploy Palpatine. We can play Garindin using Plot, actually, which I think I'd rather do. And then we can name Poe Dameron. Take one of those. Take control of Caloran. And now we can just hit the base. Don't need to defeat anything. And then they're just conceding. Okay. Yeah, I felt like that was a pretty devastating turn. Because now if they go any unit, we can just change of heart and just kill it immediately. We got the Lurking Snub Fighter, maybe exhaust something. They haven't deployed Anakin, but this is a pretty us-favored matchup. So, you know, pretty simple there. Alrighty, we've got Obi Blue next up. And, you know, honestly, I like this hand. I think the contracted hunters are going to be pretty exceptional here, to be honest. Aura Sing on turn 1 isn't going to be that exciting. I think we just claim here. I know how crazy that sounds, but we literally just get to knock out their unit immediately, and I don't think Aura Sing is going to provide a whole lot. And this prevents them from playing 5 drops on our turn, right? Don't want 5 drops to be deployed. Contracted Hunter coming in, knock out the Jedi Consular. If we had the initiative, it would have been peak, but we didn't have initiative, so just kind of got to work with what we've got. Let's go ahead and claim. They've got Obi-Wan getting an experience token. There is multiple McClunkies. I think P38, honestly, you know, I really want to get down this Super Laser Technician on this turn. Virgin's Temple, getting an experience token on a lot of units is going to be a little bit tricky. Man, if we had Forces with me, huh? You know, that's not something that we see often, but it is actually going to be pretty relevant here. Now, I fortunately got pretty lucky here. I'm going to be able to go... Wow, I could do it this turn. I can go Super Laser, defeat it, hit Obi-Wan for 1, resupply, flip, take Obi-Wan. So that's going to be quite excellent. So now they have to be worried about Obi-Wan being stolen. Cheer it, huh? Yeah, let's resupply. Let's deploy Palpatine, take control of Obi-Wan. Don't know if they were really expecting this. We're on 8 resources and they're on 5. We're going to be able to hit their Cheer It for a full 4 here. And then we'll pass. Now, I know that they're going to have access to attack us here. And I'm actually totally okay with that. We've got the Vader, which looks pretty good here. We've got No Good to Me Dead. Shatterpoint, huh? I mean, I don't even think Shatterpoint's really all that great. I mean, that's a pretty nice one, too. So we can go Bazine. We can go Garindin. I think I'm just going to go Bazine, ISB Agent here. We take Caloran Beck for sure. We go Clunky Reveal. We can hit the Obi-Wan, trigger ambush, hit the Cheer It. And then we attack, kill the ISB agent, and we get to knock out both units and draw a card. That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Get rid of all their units. Change of Heart's a great card. Okay, they play Gunji. We're just going to claim. We can knock out Gunji here. Honestly, I mean, this is... I could probably just end the game, but I mean, our hand is so stacked, there's not a reason for us to like be rushed or anything like that. Okay, there is the Luke. I think you hit the Palp here. At least that's what I would do. You didn't hit Palp. Okay, let's hit in for... Actually, let's go Vader here. We've got Grindin. I mean, I guess we'll name Grindin. What do they have before? I think they went through all their cards. We have Bright Hope. I mean, maybe they have Bright Hope still in their hand. I guess I can name Bright Hope. Oh, they do. Now, the reason I ambushed first is because they have Virgin's Temple, so they can put an experience token on Luke. So now at least Darth Vader doesn't die. And then what we can do is go attack in for one. We can attack in, defeat Bazine, only to just draw a card. We McClunky back Grindin, and then we play this on Anakin. And then we pass. Pretty gross game, to be honest. Again, I mean, they could have like Luke's and things that they draw, but they need to draw their top end, and now. I mean, they've had Caloran, they have a Luke, they had Anakin's. They happen to top deck another Luke, which is obviously great for them. But I don't think it really matters at this point. We can like play Legacy Run if they don't defeat Palpatine and do that thing, which I think we're just gonna do. The Legacy Run goes in, we attack, we defeat this, kill that unit, play P-38, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. I could have gone Overwhelming Barrage. I mean, it doesn't matter, like I said. I just went with the Legacy Run because I wanted to play with Legacy Run. I could have gone OB, you know, put us 5 on Palp, hit this for 6, defeat like a Grindin or whatever. I mean, like I said, doesn't really matter. Overwhelming Barrage. You're all clear, kid. Sure. And we get to attack in for 1 here. Whoops, I actually ended up dealing 1 damage to my own unit. We're going to go Palpatine. We pass. Game is completely over. There's the blue leader. They can knock out Palpatine. We get in for 1. We get in for 2. We can go Overwhelming Barrage in for 2. Hit for 4. And then GG. Good game. Alrighty, into the next game. And we've got ourselves a matchup against Kylo Green. This is one where Bazine is really quite excellent. I think P-38, I think OB, both these. All right. You know, I was just about to start talking, and then immediate, I'm out of here. I don't want to fight the Palpatine. Or maybe they just see my name. Honestly, totally fair. You don't want to play against me just because of my name. Totally fair. All right, let's see what we've got here. Change of Heart could be good. I like the Darth Vader. I think OB is actually a little bit weak here with the units I've got. And I think, honestly, I'll just keep the guaranteed value. We have a lot of ways to kind of mess with my opponent's hand. Here, you know, I think we'll just take out that A-Wing. They're going to play Cartel Turncoat, almost assuredly. And then we'll claim. Very space-focused, it looks like, which is actually totally okay, because we got that. Legacy Run's a great pickup here. Let's go Grindin and let's name Han. I mean, in case they hadn't gotten rid of it. Yep, Han Solo gone. We can attack for 1, deal 1 damage to something. They can mess with our top of our deck. They drew Millennium Falcon, which is one of the better cards that they could have drawn. Very space focused. Yeah, I think P-38 is the one that makes sense here to get rid of. We drew an ISB agent. That could be relevant. Could very well be relevant. Let's claim. And then we've got Resupply. I'm going to keep the Resupply because it's an event for the ISB agent. They're very space focused. You know, Sabe or Red can kind of go 2 directions. This is one of the more common directions, so I'm not surprised to see this. So what we can do is go defeat Super Laser, hit the Cartel Turncoat, ISB agent, hit the Cartel Turncoat again. The Legacy Run is going to kind of be the clutch factor in this game. Let's go ahead and defeat, hit the Cartel Turncoat, put it into play as a resource. They got rid of... All right, we're going to go ISB, reveal, the Resupply, hit the Cartel Turncoat, draw a card. Now I'll have Legacy Run plus, defeat it, which will deal 7 total damage. So we're going to claim here. We'll see what my opponent's got. We got another Cartel Turncoat. So definitely a little bit scary over there. Definitely a little bit scary. And they got Daring Raid. Yeah, makes sense. I think that makes a lot of sense. We're going to go with Legacy Run. I mean, I don't think we're actually in that great of a position here. We've got 7 damage with Legacy Run. I doubt they're going to attack it. I'd be so surprised if they just attack it. Ugh, okay, so they're going to be able to get in a good chunk of damage here. I mean, I think we just lose, to be honest. I mean, we can go defeat, and we deal 1, and then 2, 2, and then 2. Draw a card, and we didn't draw what I'm looking for. No Good to Me Dead. Change of Heart would be excellent in this stage of the game. Didn't pick up either one of those. Here they just deploy. Wow, they didn't deploy? Why didn't they deploy? I am so surprised to see them not deploy here. That is so shocking. I mean, maybe they're just going to try to get Surprise Strike or something to end the game. I don't know. I don't know what their plan was, to be honest. I mean, we can't steal the Falcon right now. So now they've put in a position where when we resupply, we can take that Falcon. Maybe they drew another Falcon. I'm not sure. But now they're in a real tough spot, to be honest. It's like, yeah, they can deploy Sabe, but we just deploy Palpatine, and we get Palpatine using plot. And then we take control of the Millennium Falcon. Again, they could have another Millennium Falcon. That's very, very possible. It doesn't immediately win them the game, but we would be in pretty dire straits at that point. I'm so surprised they didn't deploy Sabe last turn. I mean, if they had just deployed Sabe, I don't know if we had an out. So, Sentinel coming up. I mean, they're not going to be able to get through to Sabe. We can immediately kill Sabe. Spare the target. Okay. So let's go ahead and just hit in with ISB Agent. They have the Falcon. Let's hit in with, I guess, Gorinden here. We do need to kill off Sabe. We attack, defeat the spy token. We got McClunky. So there's Gorinden again. So obviously, if they have Falcon deploy plus something, then we're in pretty bad situation. But we have Devastator potential here. I don't know. Millennium Falcon is scary. Spare the target. Adding some little bit of complication. Let's discard the ISB agent just to get us a little bit of extra safety. Okay, so they're going to, I mean, we can't quite. I mean, I can get a free attack in, I suppose. So let's go ahead and get a free attack in. Another McClunky. So we claim here. So how would we lose? How would we lose here? What's the best play? Do I just play Devastator? Do I play McClunky? If I play McClunky and they have another Millennium Falcon, it's not quite over. If I play Devastator and they have like a combination of cards, it would be pretty bad. But we can't McClunky actually because we defeated our ISB agent. So I probably should have defeated the yeah. So we're kind of in a forced position. We just go Devastator here, and if they have a Daring Raid, I guess they win. If we fade this exact turn, then we have a good chance at winning. I think this is actually just the safer play as well. Because if they have like another Millennium Falcon, let's say, and we go McClunky, then we attack with Reinforcement Walker, but they have, let's say they draw, wow, they actually had the other Millennium Falcon. I was gonna say, if they had Millennium Falcon plus like a surprise strike, then we would be so doomed. So this would have been the better play anyways. And they had the sudden ferocity. So, you know, honestly, this wouldn't have been as, you know, insane as something else. Or this wouldn't have been like win the game, but it was basically exactly what they were looking for. It was basically exactly what they were looking for. So that is pretty funny that they actually had another Millennium Falcon. They drew it and they had the sudden ferocity. Yeah, that is pretty funny. We have the Snub Fighter, which can exhaust something, so I'm feeling pretty safe at this point, but wow, is that a close one. I think the Devastator was the correct play anyways, because, again, if they had the other Millennium Falcon, if let's say we got with McClunky, so we bounced, let's say we had defeated the Palpatine instead of the ISP agent, or the Grindin or whatever from earlier. If we had kept our Underworld cards earlier, and we went with McClunky on that turn, and we had kind of planned to go with McClunky, okay, we kill off the Millennium Falcon. We're left with 9 resources, which is good, right? But then they play another Millennium Falcon. We are forced to attack with Reinforcement Walker in order for us to heal 3. And if they have Surprise Strike, they win. Whereas if we just play Devastator, we kill their Millennium Falcon. If they have another Millennium Falcon, that's okay. Plus, like, spare the target because they can bounce Devastator. We can attack with Reinforcement Walker. They attack with Millennium Falcon. We're still at 28. We play Devastator next turn, and we can kind of restart that whole process. So, yeah, Devastator was the play anyways, but wow, very, very close. All right, opponents on the Luke Green here. And they say they love the video, so thank you very much. We're going to mulligan this hand. We need some sort of space interaction. Whether that's like just ramping into getting something that's actually useful, that's one thing. Or whether it's, you know, I don't know, doing something a little bit better. Let's name A-Wing. The question is, do I go Green Squadron A-Wing or do I go regular A-Wing? Let's go with regular A-Wing. Oh, I was thinking Green Squad. I named the one A-Wing that they didn't have. Whoops. I was thinking the A-Wing, for some reason I was thinking the A-Wing was the red one, but it's actually Green Squadron A-Wing and then Phoenix Squadron A-Wing. Whoops, unlucky. I was like, yes. Oh well. We would have gotten a card out of their hand. It's not like it really matters because, you know, I don't think that really shifts the game in any way. We'll go ahead and go P38 here. Just deal 1 damage to the Y-Wing. Honestly, the Y-Wing's the weakest of the 3, in my opinion, because we can deal out some damage over to our Grindin, which I think is going to be pretty relevant. We can go 2-1 here. We attack in for 1. They can deal 1 damage to, let's say, the P38. Honestly, I thought they were going to do P38, because now we can knock out their Red Squadron Y-Wing, and then still have P38 left over, which I think is going to be pretty relevant. But I guess we'll find out here, huh? They should have 1 less card in hand, though. That was a little bit of a mistake. They go with Grenade Strike. Okay. You know, that is something that they can do here. Traitorous looks quite excellent here. No Good to Me Dead looks good. I think I'll just resource the Grindin at this point. We're going to go with Super Laser Technician, defeat, hit the Y-Wing, then we'll go with maybe ISB Agent. No Good to Me Dead's going to be really relevant for like the Luke Skywalker, and then we're going to want like a Devastator to come down. Let's go defeat. We'll put that into play as a resource. Maybe Traitorous will be relevant. I don't know. Ooh, ISB Agent, reveal the No Good to Me Dead, hit the A-Wing for 1. Seems excellent. Because that's going to be able to get killed next turn. If they pump it up with something, then that's going to be pretty good. But here we just defeat the ISB Agent, get the A-Wing killed, and then we still have Traitorous to play. So we get to go defeat. P38 is actually great. We've been drawing very, very solidly here. I think all we do is just go for the Traitorous. since that will just remove a unit and give us a unit. So I think Traitorous is going to be pretty relevant here. They could have Disabling Fangfighter, which is where it goes poorly. But we haven't played a whole lot of upgrades. Maybe they're expecting the Traitorous. It's literally the only upgrade in our deck. Maybe they kept it. Maybe P38's the safer option, but Traitorous it's the more high value option, and I am a little bit worried with where we're at in the game with what cards we have in hand. Like, Overwhelming Barrage can be good, but we need a unit to make it work. And Change of Heart can be good, but it's not going to work on a leader unit. So, the Luke Skywalker deploy is going to mess that up. No Good to Me Dead can be good because we can, at least put Luke out of commission for a couple of turns until we draw into something. So that could be relevant. But again, all those things kind of require certain sequences to take place. My opponent, I don't know if they DC'd or if they're still here. Darn, they DC'd. I thought that was going to be a pretty good game. I honestly think we were ahead just because I think my hand was pretty good. I don't know again if my opponent just DC'd or what. But I think if they happen to have like a big space unit, we just go Change of Heart because we have the initiative is the problem here. Change of Heart becomes so exponentially better when you have the initiative because your opponent's unit's going to be readied up. So we go Change of Heart next turn. We can then attack their other unit, then defeat this unit to get another value piece in or another damage in. So I think we were in a very good position at this point. But it's still up in the air. Devastator definitely locks up the game. So I think Devastator would have been like, okay, nail in the coffin. But we're still 3 resources away from that. We do have Palpatine deploy, but that's a little bit slow, trying to deal damage to something and then, flipping him over. But that next turn would have kind of determined the game. It definitely would have. If they played a unit here and we were able to Change of Heart, attack a unit, maybe deal another damage to another unit, flip Palpatine, be able to steal that unit, it would have been game over. Especially since we have Overwhelming Barrage on Palpatine plus No Good to Be Dead, which are both excellent resources against like Luke. Yeah, it was a close game. I think it doesn't look as close as I think it would be, depending on what would have happened. But I think we were pretty far in the lead at this point. Alrighty, we've got some more meta merchants in the field. I say that jokingly as we are basically playing a meta deck ourselves. Let's mulligan that first hand. This hand's not great. I think I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna resource those two. I know Palpatine's not great, so I don't really care about that one. But really, I'm risking it because of the No Good to Me Dead instead of resourcing like the McClunky, for example. OB, ISB agent. We're just gonna keep going for it, huh? I mean, Contracted Hunter. We're just gonna play it. We're gonna attack. We're gonna get the save some HP here, and then hopefully we will draw something that's relevant. Ooh, Bounty Hunter's Quarry is actually excellent here for them because they're guaranteed to get the trigger. So a little bit unfortunate there. Oh wow, they passed. Huh. Well, I'm a little bit surprised on that. So McClunky here. I mean, Reinforced Walker is very expensive. We'll pass. I mean, I don't think we're in a great position anymore because we've drawn a little bit awkwardly. What could I have kept? I mean, I could have kept the ISB agent, but I mean, I could have played ISB agent, maybe dealt a damage, maybe drawn a card, right? And that maybe would have changed something, but I don't know if it really would have. Okay, Bazine, Grindin. I mean, those are going to be relevant eventually. Let's go with Legacy Run here. I think I just have to get Legacy Run down because it's going to put a lot of pressure on our opponent. I mean, they could play like Caloran Beck here, which is the problem. So Caloran Beck can come in. They're going to play Queen Amidala. And Bounty Hunter's Quarry comes in. Okay. Oh, man. What do I want to do here? I mean, Change of Heart would be good. I mean, I do think we just have to defeat this. I'm going to deal 1 damage to Queen Amidala. So that they're going to have to... They're going to take it, to be honest. Oh, wow. I'm going to let my opponent resolve their trigger first to see what they grab off Bounty Hunter's Quarry. And then we can resolve our Legacy Run trigger. Hu Yang, huh? Okay, so we're going to go 4, 2. And then we can go Bazine, McClunky, Garinden. Still not loving my situation here. Oh, wow. We definitely have to get rid of that home 1. Home 1 would have come down this turn. That would have been devastating. So we got Blue Leader. I think we'll just name Blue Leader as well. Okay. Let's go McClunky, get back Garinden, knock out the Queen Amidala. I think my opponent probably should deploy Anakin. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Let's see what my opponent's going to do here. I got Open Fire. I don't think that's really relevant. I mean, they should do it anyways. Outer Rim Constable. Oh, interesting. I mean, Traitorous is really good here, honestly. Oh, it's going to be... It's so close, but not quite there for us. Because we Traitorous the Gunji, and then they attack. They just have too many units. We're like one... We're so close. Man, if we drew Traitorous earlier... The General's Blade is just like the worst case scenario for us. And even though we have a lot of answers to it, but we did go ahead and resource the No Good To Me Dead, which is what I said was risky, right? So we go Super Laser Technician. We can defeat it, get a resource back, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. We have no answers to this. We were like one action short. If they didn't have that much damage on the base, it would have been really close, but good game to my opponent. I took a risky maneuver. I resourced No Good To Me Dead. I should have just resourced the McClunky. I got greedy because I was like, okay, if we draw Garinden or Bazine, maybe we can really mess up with my opponent's hand and their units because of McClunky, but should have just kept the No Good To Me Dead. We would have just won the game. But like I said, I took the risk. It's a little bit of a mind game because I'm like, okay, honestly, the General's Blade against Palpatine Yellow, not exactly what you want to be doing because we have so many ways to exhaust or Traitorous or Change of Heart or that type of stuff, and then we ramp really quickly to those. But you know what? You got to make them have it. And they made me have it, and I didn't have it because I resourced it. So good on my opponent. Good game. Alrighty, what do we learn with Palpatine Yellow? Honestly, lots of fun, as per usual. I do think Garinden really has spiced up the deck to the point where, there's a lot of matchups that this actually does really well against now because you have just so many ways to interact with your opponent on the ground arena, right? With like Legacy Run, Change of Heart, the No Good To Me Deads, the P-38s, plus just the random pings from a Palpatine, the McClunkies, right? All of those things really help you out in that early to mid game, even Contracted Hunter. And then with that, you mess with your opponent at the same time with their hand. So Bazines, Garindens, bouncing like a Garinden to double trigger, or get another trigger out of it. And then your opponent can be left with like only off the top of their deck, and then they can only play like one card a turn, which can be really devastating in a lot of circumstances for some decks. So lots of kind of value here. I do think it's a lot of fun, and it really, really, really does mess with your opponent. Like, oh my gosh, this can be some of the most unfun gameplay. A lot of people don't like the control aspect. This literally just makes you not have any cards in hand, which is honestly in some cases worse. Depends on who you are, of course, but yeah, there's some power to this deck, and it was a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you all for the next one.